So I'd like to introduce everyone to not only my mom, but one of the greatest inspirations for me to pursue a career in education. She's a teacher for 18 5-year-olds. And we're gonna do an interview today just to kind of explain some of the things that people don't know about teaching, especially teaching younger kids, considering a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into teaching kids that young. A lot of people think it's easy. A lot of people think it's relatable to daycare, when in reality it's not at all. So the first question I have is, what made you decide to be a teacher?
Well, I've always wanted to be a teacher. My favorite game when I was a kid was putting all my dolls and all my stuffed animals and getting my chalkboard and teaching them stuff. What made me decide to go to early childhood is after I took a couple classes on campus at SFA, some reading classes, I was walking across campus and there was a group of young children with their teachers and student teachers, and they got to a stop sign and they sang, "Stop in the name of love before you break my heart." And it was so precious. I went to the dean right then and said, I need to go into early childhood, and I haven't regretted a second of it.
In the next part, since I want to be an educational diagnostician in the future, I know that you test kids for different learning disabilities or their
developmental readiness.
Yeah, their developmental readiness. So how exactly do you do that?
It's the Gazelle test of developmental readiness, and it's a series of different tasks, building with cubes, depending on how they look at the cubes and how they process it. Helps me determine a developmental age. They have to copy forms, a circle, a triangle, several different in a certain order. They have to write their name, their numbers. They do an incomplete man where there's a picture and it's an incomplete man, and we tell them that someone started it, they need to finish it. So depending on how a child completes this, how many parts they add to, whether the arm's straight out or the legs going really long or really short, gives me an idea of their developmental age, and it gives me an idea of where their placement should be, whether they're ready for kindergarten or if they need a bridge year.
And the next question is, what goes into teaching children this young, and what does your day kind of entail in the classroom?
When I make my curriculum, everything is based on literature. So my whole day will be based on, say, Eric Carle's The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So every activity we do is theme-based and age-appropriate, and anything that they make, anything that they do is all about the process, not the product.
What's the most rewarding part about your job?
Seeing them in August, and they're just babies, and then seeing them at the end of the year, and they've grown so much, and they're excited, and they can do things that other children who aren't exposed to the activities we do aren't capable of. And it's not because they're not smart, it's just they're not exposed to things that are developmentally appropriate that help them move up to the levels that they need to be.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you, and thanks for being my mom.
You're welcome.
So in this video, I'm playing a game called ABCs with these two 5-year-olds. The one on the right is named Barrett, and the one on the left is named Rory. And although they think that they're just playing a game, they're actually learning as well. The way you play this game is you have a card with uppercase letters on it, and use a magnetic rod, which resembles a fishing pole, to pick up the magnetic fish from the little box that looks like the ocean. And each of the fish have a different lowercase letter on it. So once they get a fish, they must match the uppercase letters to the lowercase letters. And children learn best through theme-based play. And so this entire week they had been doing the letter W, and since summer is coming up, they get to go swimming and all that. They had been doing water in the ocean, and the different fish that come along with the ocean. So this really ties in the whole week, since it has to do with the ocean and as well as learning their letters. And it's also really important to always keep the lesson plans developmentally appropriate and also multisensory.